Hey, it's Mariah, and here is what I can already tell is going to be a rambling review of Jessica Jones. So if somehow you don't already know, Jessica Jones is a new Marvel series on Netflix. It runs 13 episodes long in an hour-long format, and it features the main character, Jessica Jones, who is a private investigator and kind of part-time superhero. Now, I don't really have like notes or anything for this review because I wasn't planning on making it, but I have just been thinking about this show so much that I thought I should just sit down and talk about it. I was first introduced to the character Jessica Jones through the Young Avengers comics. I have never read Alias or The Pulse, so I hadn't seen her in any other capacity in the way that she was introduced there, and I don't think I even knew she had superpowers because how briefly she showed up in those books. I had some idea of who she was going into the show, but I didn't have too many expectations, and I certainly didn't expect to love her as much as I do. Jessica Jones is the surly, grumpy, unabashedly angry queen of my heart. She absolutely refuses to put up with anybody's shit, and I love that, especially coming from a female character. She's someone who has dealt with tremendous loss in her life and has had to like find ways to cope. She has distanced herself from every meaningful relationship in her life. She self-medicates with alcohol, and she generally is rude and like kind of uninviting and just mad a lot, but there's something really cathartic about seeing a character who will just kind of be angry or kind of not care about what other people think about her because she's gonna prioritize her own shit that she's going through. You don't get to see a lot of female characters who are like the asshole, but Jessica Jones is an asshole and I love her. And I don't mean asshole in a bad way, which sounds impossible. I'm just thinking about it in terms of like what we get to see when we watch television, even if it's through a medium that's like Netflix. You don't get to see, you know, like House, like he's a dick, but he's great at what he does, and everybody like kind of hates him, but also loves him. You don't get to see female characters like that, because then they're the bitch, and then everyone hates them, and I don't even know. This is a complicated discussion that I don't have the ability to just wing off the top of my head. Also, when it comes to women who are assholes, Jerry Hogarth is a really interesting character. She is even more of that kind of like House vibe of that I'm really good at my job and I'm also a dick. Even though when I think about it, I feel like we didn't get enough an opportunity to see Jerry be really good at her job. Jessica Jones says that she is the best shark in town, and I really wanted to see that happen, but we didn't get that so much as we did get all of the trouble that she was having in her interpersonal life with her divorce slash kind of affair, I don't know. But that was awesome too. I like that we got some LGBT like representation in this show. Again, I'm not saying that that's perfect. I definitely think that's another angle that could use a lot of work, in the same way that I think that this show definitely needs recurring women of color, because they do a great job with their female characters, but they're all white, which is really interesting. And the male characters, you see more racial diversity among them, so I'm wondering why that's the case. Female friendship is also major in this show, and I think that's super important, and I'm super happy that we got a really strong female friendship with Jessica and Trish. And I love them, they're friends, and they love each other, and they care about each other, and they like grew up with each other, and they're basically sisters, and I love their relationship. I love that they prioritize each other, and you always know that these two people are very important to one another. When it comes to the male characters, I really, really love Luke Cage and Jessica's neighbor Malcolm. And I love that we get black characters in here, black male characters I should say. I just wish that they were black women, or like Asian women, or I know that those, I know that there are characters that come up that are like women of color, but I just wish that they were recurring. Like Trish could have been one of them, and I don't see a reason why she couldn't have been. I don't know. Maybe even Jessica. I don't know. I just wish that there was something. I'm hoping that that's something that will be rectified in the second season. I'm looking forward to the second season. I also love that with the villain Kilgrave, who's played by David Tennant of all people, that we get this theme of male entitlement. Kilgrave is entitled to Jessica Jones, he's entitled to her life, he's entitled to her time and to her space and to her personhood. I don't think I've ever seen that notion explored so kind of thoroughly and examined from so many angles in a long time. Not to say that they left every stone unturned, because I think there is definitely other stuff they could have done with it. It was just so satisfying to see those perspectives play out and to watch Jessica deal with them and to have like the open or kind of open discussions about this notion, because Kilgrave's power is a power to control people, and Jessica Jones her power is super strength, so it's all physical, but she's still like has been controlled by Kilgrave, and her physical strength can't help her, and that's really important to see. But also, God, see, this is what I meant about rambling. I just have so many feelings and so many thoughts, and I can't get them out in a way that makes sense, and now I'm gonna talk like this. I don't know if I can call this a review. It's more like my brain like fell out and then I tried to talk. Let me just try to sum up for myself what it is I think I'm saying. It's Jessica Jones is an asshole with a heart of gold. Kilgrave plus male entitlement plus mind control powers equals a bad time. Female friendships for the win. Where are my women of color at? Those might be my 4 big points. It might just be it. I think those are the points that I really wanted to touch on, and that Brian Michael Bendis, who created the character Jessica Jones, once called Luke Cage the like King Arthur of the Marvel Universe, I think, and I totally believe that. I know when I go to edit this, I'm gonna be really upset that I missed some vital points, but it's a good show. Just watch it if you haven't watched it, and we can talk about it. Let's talk in the comments. Let's talk on Twitter. Let's talk through empty soup cans with string attaching them. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.